Yes, yes, yes. May you please come up? Officer Henry is going to give us more details about our training today. As I have already introduced him, he's the Vice Chair of the Afrikaans region. Thank you, Officer.
Thank you, Pastor. Okay. Thank you, Pastor, for the privilege. Thank you, Pastor, for the privilege. I hope you can all hear me. Thank you. I've been in Pathfinders for about 20 odd years, and it's always a privilege for me to work with the children and the young people. And I hope what I'm going over with is leadership and understanding Pathfinders and staff, that it will be of benefit to you. And I think it will be. So I'm going faster over some of the section and slower over the last bit. Please stop me if I need to be stopped. Thank you. The first thing is we are going to talk about leadership. And the question is, when you select a leader, what are you looking for in the leader? The first thing is, a leader needs to live a Christ-centered life. So, in a person you select as a leader, you need to see the fruit of the Spirit in that person. And the leader must demonstrate what they expect the youth to become. All right? So number 2, must really love youth, must love children. If you don't like children, you must not be in Pathfinders or pensioners. Number 3, be optimistic and enthusiastic. Because the leader is setting the tone in the club. Number 4, be master of his or her emotions. Be optimistic and enthusiastic. All right, because the leader is setting the tone. The leader must enjoy the outdoors. Pathfinders like to be outdoors, they like camps. Ask me, I know. At this stage, they wanted to do 5 camps a year. So, And then number 6, the leader must understand the characteristics of junior. Sorry. Be master of his emotions. Okay.
His emotions.
Or her emotions. So you must control yourself, self-control. Number 5, enjoy the outdoors. You got it?
They are saying it's adult education. It's slow.
Yeah, the children are very sharp. You can fool the adults, you can't fool the children. Eh? Thanks, Ayanda. Okay, then this number 6 is, you must understand the characteristics of junior youth. So we're going to talk a little bit about adolescence, pre-adolescence, and the stages the children go through. That will help you. Okay. Number 7, master diversified skills. So you must be good at a variety of things, or you must identify people in your club that can do various things, so your club has a balance. You can do cooking and then you can also do frogs, you know what I'm saying? Different things. Number 8 is know how to organize. Very important for the leader in the beginning, before your year starts, is to think about what are you going to do this year? What is your plans for the club? So basically, when the program is drawn up, then a great part of your job is going just into that part, because that is going to set the year. Okay, number 9, everybody there. Maintain pleasant relations with your fellow workers. If you compare Pathfinders to sport, Pathfinders is not like tennis. It's not individual sport. Pathfinders is like rugby. It's like soccer. It's a team sport. So you must empower your leaders as well. Actually, when you leave as Pathfinder leader, your assistant director should be able to do a better job than you. Then you've done your job. Okay. Okay, number 10 is you must have a commanding personality. That means that he should have a dignity that makes it easy for the Pathfinders to discipline themselves. They must look up to the leader. Number 11, develop a sense of humor. If you have a sense of humor, it's easier for you to deal with various situations. Something that might irritate you if you can, because you have to deal with a lot of different personalities. And we're going to get to these personalities as well. Number 12, be resourceful and creative. So it's essential that a leader be capable of reaching his objectives, even though obstacles and difficulties lie in the way. All right, and number 13 is enlist cooperation. You must get the cooperation of people. People must work with you. And then there's a lot of ABC, there's a lot of subsections on how you can enlist cooperation. So A is be friendly. Very important. Number 2, be generous with praise. So, I don't know if you are aware, but Pathfinders is VIPs. Very important Pathfinders. Very important people. From 5 to 50, it doesn't matter. The reason why Pathfinders are very important is because Jesus loves you and he loves me. And that is a good enough reason. All Pathfinders in your clubs are very important people. So be generous with praise. Oop, there I go. Now I'm still on. It's not in here, but just only the best is good enough for your Pathfinders. Just the best person you can get to do a class is good enough. Only the best person you can get to do the honor is good enough. Remember that. That's just from me. But also ask people's advice, that is C. Make people feel important. We are here to promote our, like Dr. Dry said, we are here to promote our youth, to encourage them. They live in a difficult time, and not only the children, but also the adults. We are here to promote people as far as we go. You know what Paul said, brethren, you should the one should go ahead of the other in lifting. You should lift people up. You should help people to become all they can be, because that is what Jesus does. As long as you follow Jesus' example, you will not go wrong. Definitely. Number E, never embarrass anyone, especially in a group, because you know our teenagers are self-conscious, so don't do that. Be careful of that. Number F, lead instead of drive. What you should have as a leader is not a one-way street down. You talk and command, but it is also you can listen from down. So it's a two-way street. So lead instead of drive. Be a scientific leader. Yeah. Number G, sorry Pastor, I'm bad at this one. Learn to remember names. I tochi. I cannot do it. Faces, yeah. Names, no, but it's good if you can call a child on his name. It makes him or her feel important. Number H, keep your promises. If you make a promise, you must stick to it. Next one is be happy and optimistic. Absolutely. Number J, do not brag. Do not brag. Number K, do not make a decision when you are upset. When you are upset, wait and calm down, and then, you don't do that. You heal all hurts at once. If your child is hurt, you stop and you help them. Number M, you choose capable helpers. And the next one is be a person of action. Action. We're dealing with you. Action speaks louder than words, right? And then the last one is be willing to cooperate with others. All right. Are we all together? Okay. Thank you. Now we're going to talk about understanding the Pathfinder and understanding the stuff. So I'm going to start with pre-adolescence. Our Pathfinder starts from 10 years of age, right? Your friend. Our friends are boundless in energy, best health in their life. Everything is just working for them. They're like sponges, eh? They remember everything. They love stories and they love good books. They are alert, they are eager to investigate and to learn. It's very nice classes, eh? 10 to 12. They have a real interest in collecting. And but the attention span is a bit short, so you have to get their attention and keep it. It's a bit tricky. Okay, physically, they say this is the healthiest period of life. This age, 10 to 13. The body and the mind are well balanced in coordination. But this is a restless period when the child cannot sit still. My father used to say, if you can only put that energy into work, then you'll get rich. So, boundless energy. And socially, at this stage, they like to have a secret code and adventure. I know it's used to be gangs, but not like the gangs we have today, more like a group. He is learning teamwork, but retains an independent spirit. Wanderlust, exploration and imagination. Lots of imagination. And this is the age of great hero worship. All the boys want to be Spider-Man or Superman. Just to tell you a story what happened to me, but this was recent, not when I was young. I was bitten by a button spider on my head. There close to St. Lucia, and went to the hospital because this thing was oozing out. I felt my jaw was getting a bit, my speech was not so good. And then I was at the hospital in Richards Bay. We were on holiday. So I said to the nurse, I'm going to be like Spider-Man now. If I do this, the web will come out. And so the nurses told me, okay, as soon as that happens, you must come and show us. We want to see it. So, but back to the children. This is an age. Spiritual characteristics. This is an age of keen interest in spiritual things and in how the church works. They say the peak age for baptism is 12 years old. peak age for baptism is 12 years old. That's something we must keep in mind. And the Pathfinder delights in all these things, the ribbons and I'm like you, Pastor, I don't worry too much about it, but yeah, at this age, it is very important. And the quality of credulity makes this an easy age in which to give religious and moral instruction. All right. Are you happy with this age? Okay. The next age is early adolescence, 13 to 15 years old. 13 to 15 years old. There is now growth, and the girls grow now faster than the boys. They overtake the boys in length. And there's also the rapid growth brings about an awkwardness owing to lack of coordination. The people are a bit clumsy, and they also become a bit embarrassed, self-conscious. I know when I was a teenager, I would not speak in front of the class because you are very self-conscious. And I can see that in the clubs also with children of this age. So here you have to be careful also as teachers, right? Not to embarrass them. Mental characteristics, sorry. Oh, 15, okay. Show me when it's 5, all right. So mentally, the youth is alert, but they have long daydreaming. Remember about daydreaming when we were that age. Lots of daydreaming. They still learn quickly, but they begin to take interest in special areas. The health is good, still good. They say physical growth is very rapid with tremendous appetite. I know, okay, when I was a bit older, my father said I could polish a bread, just between lunch. The sex organs develop, making rapid changes biologically. There's new hormones that develop sexual instincts, and it influences behavior. So now the girls start to look at the boys and vice versa. The stage before this, I forgot to say, the girls looked at the boys and they say, yuck. So yeah, this is a change, right? Socially, this is an age of loyalty to gangs. If there's gangs in your area, beware of that. And the youth seeks the approval of the group. You want to belong in a group. Yeah. And also they're full of ambitions and making plans for the future. And this is the stage where the girls giggle so much. I'm sure you've noticed that. This is that age. And strong likes and dislikes in food and stuff. So spiritually, they say the interest in spiritual things wanes slightly at this stage. And the youth is more influenced with the attitude of the whole group they are in. And they will rather go with the group at this stage. They say 13 is the age when the second largest number of youth are baptized in our church. So this is also the age when the choice of one's life work is often determined. And remember, as teachers, there is a less of a tendency in this age group to demonstrate their feelings on spiritual matters. So this group is a bit drawn back. All right, now we go to the middle adolescence. Are we all okay with this one? Okay, middle adolescence is 16 to 17 years old. Here the boys catch up and they grow taller than the girls. And in many cases, they reach their full height by the end of this period. Mentally, they challenge everything. father and mother, you know nothing. I am now a trick. I know what's going on. I have it under control. No, stand back. Yeah. But I do have a great respect for scholarship. If somebody with a big name, like a doctor or a professor, they have a respect for that scholarship. And the ideals are now beginning to be shaped at this age. So physically, sexual development, they say, is a force to be reckoned with at this time. The muscles become developed and they like physical fitness programs. Socially, they like cliques and they can be critical and brutally frank in their expression. They call a spade and they don't consider much else. And also they can be very sensitive and often guided by public opinion. And money making often grips the youth of this age. So spiritually, what is very important here is, listen carefully, 17 to 18, 16 to 17, right? What has not been done in giving him a foundation on which to base his thinking now becomes difficult to do. So shape the child early. Be mindful of that. So he begins the process of determining his own approach to religion. Okay. Just quick on later adolescence, 18 to 24, that's when the people start to marry and buy a house and work and stuff. So this is physically, it's slow growth, but they are occupied with other things. And then adult life quickly. Many adults become despondent because of hopes that were unrealized. Because you also deal with adults, right? And discovering it's too late to do anything about it. But on the other hand, some who have been slow in maturing are just beginning to find themselves. And success for them lies not in the past, but in the future. And in adults, you have different characteristics. You have temperaments. You have choleric, sanguine, phlegmatic, and melancholic. So you have different people. Right. Quickly, you want to speak about emotions. You as a leader will deal with all the emotions also of your people in your club. Hatred. I haven't seen that much, but fear. People can be fearful of the unknown. That can have a terrific impact on people. I think the COVID brought also a lot of fear. Anger. So when somebody is angry at you, Pastor, come here. So Pastor, you must now show me figure it out. Okay, that makes me fearful. But Pastor, what you should do if somebody is angry and is venting at you, we had it last week. What we should do, I don't know if it's possible, but we should stay calm. And then speak to the person calmly. And then that person should then forget to be angry. Okay, it is easier said than done. But remember, don't respond angrily. Remember Jesus said, turn the other cheek, and he said, you must not respond to a wicked, to a hateful man. So you must overcome the bad with the good. I know that is a challenge, but this is what Jesus taught us, and it's the right thing. Joy. Now, this is what we want. We want people. This is a joyful ministry, and this is mostly the case, I can say. It's very nice to do pathfinders. Sorrow. You might have a person that has great sorrow. Something happened in their life. Only thing I can say to you here, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
Listen 2 times and speak 1 time. If a person has great sorrow, let them pour their heart out and have the empathy and the sympathy that will help that person. Jealousy. They say jealousy feeds on suspicion and keeps a person utterly wretched. So look out for jealousy in the club. Amusement. Okay. They say happy is the individual who, in the midst of life's perplexities, is able to feel amused for the time being and refuses to be broken by worrying about what cannot be helped. So it's a good thing in the situation to be like that. Okay, I'm at the last few. 5 minutes. Okay. Thank you kindly. All right. Here I want to share a bit with you. Social approval. Every person craves being regarded as a regular guy and accepted in his peer group. That is human, right? Desire for new experience. This drive includes curiosity. Your children want to explore new things in your club, right? And your members, your adults as well. They want to experience new things. So explore new things, interest in the strange, the fresh, and the unfamiliar. It feeds on surprise, change. So when I was director of the club, every year I looked back and I saw this was the climax for me of the year that passed. I'm going to share with you 2 climaxes. The one year we got wood blocks the same size, 9 of them. We put them all together and we draw on it the picture of the cross and the body on the cross from the back. And God loves you. And then we did the mosaic, a glass craft on it, right? So we said, okay, this part must be red, this must be green, this must be yellow. And we gave each block of wood now to a group of people. It was big blocks. And they did that block. And when we were finished, after some Sundays that we spent doing this, we put a whole lot together, put them in a frame, angle iron, and there was the picture. And then we surprised the church by donating it to them. And they hang it on the wall. And it is a witness to somebody that, so you have an honor, but it's also a witness. People that come into the church in the foyer can see God loves you. So that was for me a special, that year that was the best. And another year, you can't believe what we did. The ladies will believe it, because we have a lot of ladies in our club. So we decided there's a group of homeless people in Spring 60. We want to make 60 beanies. 60 beanies and scarves. And in the church there's a group. So also as pathfinders, you must engage other groups. Sometimes you do something with the youth. Sometimes you do something with Meals on Wheels. In this case, we worked with the Vroetelvingers. The Vroetelvingers is a Hekel club. I don't know what is Hekel in English.
Knitting club.
Crochet. So we involved them and we started doing this, and it was a craze. We got this loom and we did this. Instead of 60, we made 200. And then we gave to Springs, and we went to Kenton, and then we went to Benoni. And it was a big success. People in New Zealand that were from our church, they started doing this in everywhere. And you don't, the following year, we were not doing it anymore. But people have continued, and they did more than we did. And the next year, they continued, and we did more than we did. So we started the craze. So do something exciting for your children. Please, that's the way you're going to grow. And then I think I'm going to finish. Pastor, you'll be glad to hear. Okay, I'm just going to finish with okay, when it comes to storytelling, you're keeping the character trait being, if you tell a children's story, then you want to teach them about a certain character trait, right? So you want to say, don't be cross all the time. You tell them a story. You tell them a story of the tortoise with the shell. He wanted to run like the rabbit, but then the dog nearly caught him, like the eagle. So let me give you an example. You want to teach children to not speak before they think. There's a story of toothpaste. So you bring toothpaste to church. You say, okay, now you squeeze some out for you, you squeeze some out for you, you squeeze some out for you, and everybody's got toothpaste in their hands, right? So when you talk, it is like squeezing toothpaste. It comes out easy, right? But now, say you say something bad, now you say, sorry, man, I didn't mean to say it, but you did say it, and you cannot put it back. So now you say to them, take the toothpaste and put it back in the tube. That's not possible. So children's stories, you can develop the character by stories that is the character trait you want to develop. Thank you kindly. That's all I have for you.